So what you have with the Versaboard is the total package. A sit on top, a stand-up paddleboard, being able to access places that you've never accessed before in a really cool manner and a very cool sensation. It offers the versatility that no other craft has offered before. From my experience, children and kids just love the thing and they get it. Being able to take your dog out on a quick paddle on the lake, or being able to access climbing venues from the water. You name it, you can do it off of the Versaboard. You can actually take the Versaboard down moving current, up to class 2. It's really, really fun to be able to stand up and cruise down some current, as it is on the lake. So the versatility of this board is its key.
Versaboard kind of came out of really Woody's my interest just in what was happening with stand-up paddleboarding. It had gotten so much energy and excitement started in surfing and out in the ocean that it seemed like there had to be a way that it could be incorporated into what we knew. So that became my next problem to solve, is how to create a stand-up paddleboard, sit on top, that would work well inland. With all those things in mind, I kind of want to take you through some of the features of the design.
Love Babylon. Oh, Babylon. Yeah, drop Babylon. Oh, Babylon.
The bow of the Versaboard has several different thoughts going into how it's shaped and what it does. One is that we wanted a nice clean entry so that it would cut through the water well. The other is that it's swept up just a little bit so that it does climb up and over waves, so that if you are going out through the swell or you're going down little ripples maybe in a river, the boat will travel up and over as opposed to piercing through the waves. And then it's got a fair amount of volume up in the front, and that also helps the front of the board travel up and over swell and over waves. As you move back from the front of the board, you can see that the deck is actually recessed a little bit, and that does a few things. One, it creates a space that sort of contains any cargo that you have up in the front. It also lowers the center of gravity of the whole center of the board. It lowers your center of gravity as a paddler, dropping it down into the boat. It also helps a little bit with keeping the deck a little bit drier. As you move back from the bungee cargo area in the front of the board, you'll see a foot recess that allows you to place your feet and rest them against something while you're using the board in a sit-on-top mode. And then you can see the scupper holes that are there. They allow the boat to drain really quickly, like if a wave is to come in over the top of the board, but they also add a lot of stiffness. As you move further back through the board, you'll see two foam padded standing areas is what they are. They center you on the board in a really balanced position. They trim the boat really well for you, and it adds a little padding. And then you move a little further back and you can see the recessed sculpted seat area as well, padded. So when you get the board, you actually have it already set up to be a stand-up paddleboard or a sit on top. On the right-hand side, you'll see the skeg lever. When the skeg lever is forward, that drops the skeg down, and when you pull it to the back of the boat, it pulls the skeg up into the boat, so it's out of the way. On the other side of the board, you've got the taco paddle clip, and again, more storage in the very back end of the recess. When you move a little bit further back, there's a dry storage compartment that also gives you access to the skeg system inside. And what the skeg system we use allows us to do is create a board that's somewhat maneuverable and able to turn, but also when we drop the skeg, the spring-loaded skeg down into the water, suddenly the board even tracks better and is easier for someone to paddle forward, gain speed, and hold a line. And now the all-important wheel. We've come up with an accessory wheel that attaches right on the back really easily with 2 screws, and you can walk away with it like walk-on luggage. We've developed a handful of accessories for the Versaboard. Most importantly, obviously, is the seating. It's always nice to be comfortable. And the Versaboard comes with the molded-in seat with a pad to start with. We also have a DVC seat that is an additional amount of padding in the base, but then it has a high back that offers a lot more support for paddling. And then there's the first class swivel seat, which is, not only is it a super comfortable, very supportive seat, it also is very adjustable, nice and high on the back for back support, and it swivels so you can access gear in the back and front of the boat. You can turn around to look in different places. As a fishing seat, it's incredible. On top of that, it lifts and flips out of the way so you can stand up and paddle, or you can flip it down and sit down. And that's true with a DVC seat as well. It flips out of the way for stand-up paddling and flips back down in place so that you can have a nice, comfortable ride.